Hi everyone, this is Dee with the Paper Drawer. I want to give you an update on a few things in my Etsy shop. I've got two, I call them slow stitched Christmas tree journals. I've decided to list some of my pouches, and still I'll put pouches with a journal purchase. But I've got a lot made. I really enjoy doing that. And then I just finished this Tim Holtz journal last night. So just a few things. These two are already listed. I did have someone ask me to do a flip through. I think it's better because I'm not very good at taking pictures on Etsy. So this is just a felted, I'm going to call them journals, okay? I hand beaded these mittens, and they're really old. I've done them a long time ago, and I really enjoyed it. It was very relaxing. So I'm including two little mittens that I did the beading on, okay? I also made little quilted stockings, and then I put the crochet doilies on it. And this has the Christmas tree on the cover. The back is just plain. It has netting on it. It has the little polka dot felted. I did put the pom-poms on the edge. All the trees are hand stitched onto it. I did the background first, and then I added the trees. This is wool felting. Okay, that's just a doily. Here's another little tree, and then I put wool felting on that and put little toppers on it. This is upholstery fabric, just a simple page. Same with this one. It's got the Christmas trees made out of crochet doilies, the wool felting, and the toppers. And same here. Most pages will have 3 trees on it: the wool felting, the quilt, and an upholstery. Okay. And here's another one. And I added little tiny pom-poms onto this tree. Three trees here. I had a vintage Christmas tree pin collection. I was going to frame them, and I decided not to. So I've got quite a few. So on these books, I've included one of the vintage pins that I've collected over the years. It's probably about, I don't know, maybe 30 years old. Maybe some of them are a lot older. So I've included a vintage pin. This page has 2 trees on it. This one was actually a doily, and it came with this at the bottom. So that turned out cute. This was actually trim. It was wide enough, so I made a tree out of it. I've got these rhinestone buttons, so I made those tree toppers, but there's 3 trees on this page. Then I have my yo-yo tree. I really like these yo-yos. These are all vintage yo-yos. I actually took apart a quilt. Here's some leather trees, and I scribbled on it. And this is the last page. These were strips of trim from India, and I just put a backing on it of brown paper, then I just stitched it, and I made trees out of it. And then I just got old vintage buttons. Some are missing, just kind of odds and end things. And that's the back. So that's this one. And again, this one is in my Etsy shop also, and I'm adding my 2 little mittens onto it. This one's a little bit narrower. But I made these little mittens. And this is the India, some of it's sari silk. I just pieced it together, and I made trees for the cover. And this is the back. This has little rhinestones on the netting. This one has just the one Christmas tree. This is from India. This is a quilt, a vintage quilt. These are vintage doilies with little, they're not even called pom-poms. I can't even remember what they're called now, but I love it. It comes in a string. There's 3 trees here. Here's the vintage pin. 3 trees. These are upholstery fabric. My yo-yo tree. This one actually has a trunk on it, a tree trunk. Most of them don't. I don't put tree trunks on them. And these are just little, it's little trim, and then I filled it in with little baby rickrack. These are felting, wool felting. Wool felting. I think this is just a plain felt tree, and I just covered it with the netting. And this is also felt, and then I covered it with the trim. And then put toppers on it. Macrame tree, 2 felted trees. 2 trees made out of the India trim. And here are 2 felted trees. And then this is the back. Same as the front, just the netting with the little baby rhinestones in the netting. And this is the back. So these 2 are in my shop. I'm going to show you just a few. You can pretty much see these pouches in my Etsy. It's pretty clear. I mean, there's not much to them. Just something fun for me to do. Passes the time, and I enjoyed it. I find it very relaxing. But I've just kind of free stitched it. I don't have any certain particular attachment on my machine. I just enjoy doing it. Like I said, it's pretty relaxing for me. And I've got a friend that has an upholstery shop, and she saves me sample books and all kinds of things, and I'm very, very fortunate. So she saves everything for me. They're all messy stitched. The seams are on the outside. There's nothing really fancy about these. But again, I find it very, very relaxing to make. So I make a lot of them. And like I said, when you purchase a journal, if I can find one that fits, and I try to make the pouches so they fit, I'll include one with a journal. Like I said, as long as I can get one to fit. This is beautiful upholstery fabric. And then I did one that's just all of the doilies, cotton doilies that I've made. Again, nothing perfect, nothing, I mean, you know, they're straight and everything, but nothing really super, super difficult to make or anything, but I enjoy making them. So those are in my shop. I just finished this Tim Holtz one last night. I don't know how many more of these I'm going to make. I've got quite a few of the canvas booklets that he has, but I need to move on to something else. So this is the front. Of course, this is the back. Okay. And I'll go inside and just show you a few things. These are all pockets, so these cards come out. There's a pocket here, and this one unfolds. I did the little punches. They look like little mushrooms on it. So all these come out. Oops, not that one. It's this one. I thought there was another one. See, this is what happens when you do these, and and it looks like part of the thing, but it's only this one, and it's this one. Everything else is glued, is stationary, okay? So here's another page. I put a little closure on it because I wanted to make sure it closed, and eventually it did, but I like that little closure, okay? closes like that. Okay. And then I have one pocket here. Just made a little journal card. I put, not a lot, but I put a lot of metal pieces of Tim Holtz that I had in this book. I really like his metal. Got a ton of it, but anyway, so I did that. I made a little tiny notepad thing. These are actually pockets with journaling cards in them. I believe this one comes out too, yeah. And then I put the little mushroom punch on it. Okay. I love her. And I just stuck this little flower in her hand. It's glued in, just got to be careful with it. And I love these. It's, to me, it's more decorative. You could try and write in it, or maybe, you know, maybe even slip, you know, something under it to hold. You could do that with it. But I love making these. They're a lot of fun. So I've done just a little waterfall. Here's another one. I made a little tiny book. I love these teardrops. I've got, I think, one or two more size of these. And I did another little flip there. Everything's down on this. Flips over, put a little one of his little gumdrops. Love those. I cut out one of his folders and then I embossed it. I just put in some journaling cards. Okay, just added it, just a little something. Okay. This flips open. I made another. I love these waterfalls. I had another one. This is just an art page. There's no pockets or anything on it. Okay. And then this is actually a pocket. Okay, so this comes out. And then I made a waterfall again. And you can write on these. But I just made a waterfall. And you can journal on the back if you want to journal in this. But my personal opinion is, for me, I've got, I think, 3 of them that I've made, my first ones, and I just use them as kind of art journals just to look at, just to get inspired. So this is just another art page. I love this wax seal. I got it off Amazon. Amazon has it. Okay. So here's another little scrappy pad. Flips open. These are actually tags that you can pull out. And you can journal on them. So I'll always come out. Okay. And then I have this. I might have to glue this on. I thought it might stay. It's just a little tab to lift up. And you got 2 guys sitting on a building. And you can see them through the vellum. Okay. His photographs, I added a eye thing. I can't think of the name of it. To the front one. And there's no pockets. This is just an art page again. And then, oops, sorry, I'm out of frame. I just kind of crumpled up, and then I used vintage photo to make them look old. Okay. And that was that. And this is the back page. So this is what it looks like. This one's not too chunky. They just end up chunky because I really love it, how it looks. So again, I always say this. Sometimes when I display mine in my bookshelf, I'll leave it open to a page. Usually the center one, it lays flat. Or most of the times I'll stand it. I'll stand it up. Okay. So this will be in my Etsy shop. I'm going to try and list this today. And that is that. I'm going to do a separate video on something else that I'm doing. And I may stop journaling, junk journaling, for a little while because I know maybe some of you have seen these. I bought these off Amazon, and then I bought a couple of these. I've been waiting for these, and I'll go through that, and I'll show you in the next video what I've done. I'm taking a mixed media art journal class, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I bought supplies, I bought things, and whoops, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'll just kind of show you a few things that I've done. I've used Marnie's steampunk. I'll go through that with you. So let me go ahead and stop this video, and then let me move on to the art journaling, and I'll see if I can pull anything else that I've got. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.